that touchdown to Jared Cook, I think it was his first time he threw for him all game. What does it say about him just staying focused in, locked in, and being ready when the moment was called?
Yeah, absolutely. No, it just kind of played out that way. He was part of the progression quite a few times, but just wasn't able to get a ball prior to that. And listen, big moment in the game. Obviously needed. That touchdown ended up tying the game, and brought us back from 17 points down to tie it up. And obviously we felt like we were going to go win the game at that point. But 3rd and 15 or 16, I think, too, and they played somewhat of an unorthodox coverage, and he's really kind of on a clear-out route, but just kind of had my eyes on him in my periphery, and felt like they were flat-footed and he could get by him, and it was great for him to get by him and get that big play.
Next question is from Jeff Duncan.
Hey, Drew, this is only the second win of your career in a game you all were trailing by 17 points. The other one was against the Dolphins in 2009. Were you aware of that?
Yeah, but 2011 49ers playoffs, should have won that one. We were down 17, came back. Playoff game against Minnesota, down 17. The Minneapolis Miracle, should have won that one. So I know there's this exact number of 17, but I'm sure if we clumped in like the 13s, 14s, 15s, there'd be quite a bit more. But no, I mean, listen. Bottom line is we were not playing Saints football in the first half. We missed a lot of opportunities. We were bad on 3rd and short situations that would have sustained drives. We made some mistakes in the kicking game that prolonged drives for them, and just obviously had a turnover that gave them 7 points. So at the end of the day, we're down 20-3, and we'd made a bunch of mistakes. A bunch of self-inflicted wounds, and I think second half came out and really dialed in. Execution, both in the passing game and the run game. Defense came up with some big stops, and obviously we just scratched and clawed our way back.
Next question is from Nick Hamilton.
Hey, Drew. With this potentially being the last time that you may play your former team, how does it feel for you to go undefeated against that team?
Listen, man, I got great memories from my Charger days. 2001 to 2005. Had some pretty amazing teammates and coaches, and obviously that fan base. It's a shame they're not in San Diego anymore. I'll say that one more time. But it's obviously all those games have been significant. 08, 12, 16, and then 2020. Have really had some great games against them. In fact, I think every single one of them has come down to the final drive in the game. So that's significant.
Next question is from Mike Triplett.
Hey, Drew, after coming back from 14-0 last week and 20-3 this week, I suppose you could go glass half full or glass half empty. What is your take on this team as you head into the bye at 3-2? Is this an underachieving team, or do you feel good about where you guys are after those 2 wins?
No, I would say there's always room for improvement. We obviously want to start faster. We definitely want to start faster, and understand again what wins and loses football games. And I'd say the first half, there were too many mistakes that get you beat. We shouldn't have had to mount the comeback we had to mount in order to win this game. But at the end of the day, these are growing experiences. These are learning experiences. We do have some guys that are continuing to grow and develop, into certain roles. I'm really encouraged by the way that Callaway played tonight. Special teams and on offense. He did a phenomenal job. I know there's some guys on defense and special teams doing the same thing as well. So, at the end of the day, man, we're still growing. And to have wins like this, where you really have to fight to win, just like we did last week to overcome that 14-point deficit, tonight to overcome the 17-point deficit. This is how you grow as a team. This is how you become battle-tested. And I think it pays dividends as you move along here.
Next one's from Amy Just.
Yeah, that Taysom touchdown to tie it up even later, like 50 seconds or something left in regulation. How big was that for him, especially since the game didn't necessarily start the best for him personally?
No, he had a great game all the way around. That was a big play. Obviously, it shows the confidence that we have in him, that Sean has in him. Put him in a critical 3rd down, and he kind of had a run pass option and made a great decision, got in the end zone, and tied the game.
Next one's from Luke Johnson.
Drew, we've been talking for, I feel like, the whole season about Emmanuel Sanders and how he's going to fit in this offense and everything. Where's y'all's connection right now? It seems like he's kind of been your go-to guy lately.
Yeah, listen, he's he's a weapon. He can do a lot of things. He's a savvy football player. You know, he's played a lot of football. He understands the game. You know, he understands so many things about, you know, how to run certain routes. You know, how to get separation when the ball's coming. Obviously, we've been able to spend a lot of time together. You know, I think, listen, you know, we didn't really get an off season together. We didn't get, you know, preseason games. So, you know, you get into the season and obviously Mike goes down, and then it's, you know, you're just kind of trying to find your rhythm and your timing with not just him but with everybody, you know. And I think obviously here we are week 5, but I think you've seen over the last 2 weeks, you know, just how that's progressed and what a huge part of this offense he can be.
Next one's from Jeff Duncan.
Hey, Drew, how disappointing was the situation with Mike Thomas? And as a leader of the team, do you feel a need to maybe address it with him one-on-one?
I've spoken with Mike. Mike and I talk a lot, both in person in the locker room, through text message. We're always communicating. And so at the end of the day, man, Mike is a big part of this team, and he's going to be a big part of this team, you know, moving forward. You know, there was we had an incident, and Sean addressed it, and many of the leaders have spoken with Mike as well, and we're going to be all good.
Thank you.
Next one's from Andrew Doak.
Drew, what do you think was the toughest thing to be able to find rhythm early on in the game? It seemed like before that 2-minute drive before the half, it seemed like things were just kind of sputtering. And off of that, do you kind of relish winning in that type of way, just personally having to grind it out?
Yeah. Listen, these are growth experiences. I mean, it's certainly nice if you could just go out and, you know, score a bunch of points in the first half and then just cruise to victory. But, you know, as we know in this league, man, you gotta fight it out to the very end. I mean, this is the way most games, you know, finish, you know, with the final possession. Now, most games you don't get in a 20-3 hole, you know, based on just, you know, mistakes and not playing, you know, really great football in all 3 phases for the first half of the game. But again, these are the tests though that I do feel like, man, really bring a team together and, you know, give you confidence and give you momentum and really kind of shape you and certainly give you confidence moving forward in the future. You know, because, you know, we're gonna have plenty of games that are coming down to the end, and we know if we can put ourselves in a position to win, man, we know how to do that.
Next one's from Rod Walker.
Hey, Drew, it seems like we ask you about Alvin every week, but what did you kind of see on that catch he made on the sideline?
Man, it was a great catch. It was a great catch. And just felt one-on-one and put it up and give him an opportunity. And obviously he jumped up and made a great play.
We're all set. Thank you, Drew.
I guess.